Hi everyone.
Hi.
So this is my introduction. I'm Advocate Aarti Bhalla. I am based in Gurgaon, but I practice Pan India and all Delhi courts. Specifically, I go to the National Consumer Courts also. We have our associations in Supreme Court also. So whenever litigation is required, you can contact us. My area of expertise is civil and criminal litigation. So this includes all kind of court cases, whichever come across. There can be it can be criminal or civil. We have an expertise over the property disputes, wherein the disputes are between the family or between partners or in any kind of dispute where the property is related. Then this is something which is very important, which people do not realize, that succession and partition matters should be immediately taken up as soon as they are the property owner in the family expires. Otherwise the properties will go for a toss if they have not been transferred to the correct people and hires, and there will be always a dispute between the legal hires. So we always suggest that these should be taken up immediately. We also, to facilitate this, we suggest that the property owner and otherwise also everyone should have their will registered. It should be drafted well, it should be written well. At times, an ill drafted will, does not take
Helping
the property
importer
go to
exporters.
the right hands. It is very, very important that you take expert advice in writing a will. And at this time of epidemic, I suggest everyone to have their will registered. I can suggest you how to. So during this time, of course, we can't get it registered for you. So there are benefits of getting your will registered, but it is that an unregistered will it's not like that. That unregistered will doesn't have its value. We can yet get it probated, but a registered will is a will called for no objections as such. Even when it goes to the court, the witnesses are empowered, and that it is registered with the registrar, so it is taken care of as a registered document. Yet I suggest everyone, whatever assets you have, whatever movable immovable properties you have, please make it go to the right hands, and please get your will drafted, just because this is an epidemic situation going on right now. Any kind of registration in registrar offices, yes, we get that done. Let it be a will, let it be a partnership deed, let it be a sale deed, a conveyance deed. So any kind of registrations, we get all of them done. Then our expertise, being a female lawyer, is matrimonial disputes. Yes, we try and help out people sort out the first. We try to not get the disputes actually happen. So I also counsel couples. Then if the counseling doesn't help, then we take them to the court for mutual settlements. Yet, if the disputes have occurred, then we have remedies from the boys' side, which people do not know these days, which people do not talk about these days, that the boys are the ones who are the sufferers. Yes, they are, definitely. I can't take the suffering out, but I can at least reduce it, especially if the parents are living with the boy, and the parents and the other family of the boy, we can definitely save them. Then, which the next is the recovery matters, which I will be talking out about today. So it is when you are a businessman, you work for someone, and your money is not paid up. So this is the most difficult thing. Once you've worked and you don't get paid for it, it is the hardest part for a businessman. So there is where we help you go litigate and get your money back, your hard-earned money, with interest. So another thing is similar to the recovery matter is the check bounce case. You've been paid checks for whatever, and they are not honored. We take them to the court under the 138 Negotiable Instruments Act. And so the benefit of the check bounce is that it is a criminal offense, and the accused has to come up and get himself bailed out, which is quite a task and harassment for the people if to get done. So that is why it has been formulated in a way that people, after giving the check, must honor it. These days we are seeing a lot of builder issues. People have taken up the payments, the builders have taken payments, people have invested hard-earned money, taken up EMIs, loans, and yet their properties have not been constructed. This is one of the major issues people are facing. So we help you out, going to RERA, going to National Commission, filing criminal cases on this. Whichever ways your money can be recovered, we try everything on that, including the NCLT. Then is the consumer matters. Other than the builder issues, there are a lot of consumer deficiencies. They also include the medical consumer matters. So we also take them up, and we take the consumer's money. We make sure that the consumer is paid back for the deficiency of services. I have already explained the will drafting and execution. I yet request you again that you all must get your will drafted during the quarantine period. It can be changed later whenever you want to change it. Our corporate expertise is in advisory. We also take up labor issues. So when we work for someone, if we have a well drafted contract, if it mentions what are the payment terms, what if the payment is not done, how is the work going to proceed, everything, and also the dispute resolution, what is going to be the authority which is going to take up the resolution needs to be mentioned in the contract. So there is a lot wherein we can save your energy when you're working for someone. The contract takes care of it. So you can also have a standard template contract drafted for your kind of business, and which you can just fill in the blanks with the companies, which if the business is similar, unless there are a few more clauses to be added, yes, you can get them added later. We also draft employment contracts, which includes one more specialty which I have started drafting is employment exit contract, which enforces the person who is the employee who's leaving to reinforces in his back of the mind that he is not supposed to share any kind of information of the company, any database, anything. And what if they do? We include all those things in that. Then I am a member, if you understand what a POSH committee is, POSH is Prevention of Women from Sexual Harassment at Workplace. So this requires an internal complaints committee wherein there is an external female lawyer who has to take up the meetings and also the complaints, or if the complaint has come, the adjudication of such complaints. So we take up all such kind of I am a member of POSH committees in various companies. Then we do partnership contracts. They need to be, if you want to get them registered, fair enough. If you just want a partnership contract to be there, fair enough. Then the company registration. Yes, you're forming a new company. It needs to be registered with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. We do all those compliances. Yes, why do we recommend us? This is a major question. We try to reduce your litigation time. We do not want you to get harassed during the litigation, and I'm sure there are a lot of things at stake when a person gets into the courts or any kind of dispute. So we do not try to exploit your soft points at that time. We reduce your litigation time. We reduce your expenses and harassment by choosing the correct authority with whom you should be getting the quickest relief. And you can trust and confide in us. Your information will always be confidential. This is the core of our profession. We do not discuss your names and details with anyone. Our recent success stories are many. One of them is that there was a property title dispute wherein we got it recovered. We got that dispute resolved within 6 months just by choosing the correct authority. And we also got the opposite party in mediation and talking. And there is where we could very easily get into, get the relief to the client. We also have success stories like a person who was not doing financially well. He had a lot of NBFC loans. We sat with those NBFCs and got those loan amounts settled at about 20 to 30%, which is unbelievable. They don't also agree to it, but yet we have the papers for that. That we talk, we communicate, we mediate, and we try that the litigation happens at the end where when we don't have any choice vis-a-vis the other lawyers who put you in the litigation at the first stage, rather taking it as a last resort. Today we are going to start explain you what are our modes of recovering bad debts. So I always suggest that whenever you are going to initiate a new project, it should be either a written formal purchase order or a contract signed between both the parties with all the terms and conditions of both the parties mentioned very, very clearly. And also please understand that these contracts have to be lawful. They have to be backed by law. If there are two thieves saying that we are going to loot, you know loot a bank, and this is 50-50, we will divide, and then we go to the court, oh, he took away 100%. So that is not a lawful contract, and it cannot be, you cannot be given any kind of relief on such a contract. And it has to be enforceable, it has to be backed by law. That is why we always suggest that a basic contract should always be drafted whenever you are getting ahead with any kind of business transaction with anyone. Once you have completed with the project or whatever job you have done, I suggest that you take a completion certificate or acknowledgement or an email from the other party that the other party has been satisfied with your services, and they are happy with the project you've done and it has been completed as per the contract. So technically your payments should terms should be clear, very clear in the contract at the first place. If yet we are believing that the vendor will pay, the client will pay us, you better I wish you better take some post dated checks if possible, because check bouncing is a better way of getting your money recovered. And also we mentioned that there should be a regular follow up of the payments via some written communication, that is emails or things which can be taken, documented, which can be taken to the courts to show that this is a documented evidence and they have agreed that they will be paying us up and the project has been completed. So, what are the modes of recovery through the legal procedures? First is the civil recovery. Civil recovery is a blanket um, uh, relief which anyone can get into. So there is no specific specifications wherein a person cannot file in civil recovery. We go to the civil courts, and it is applicable on all kind of recoveries. Then there is another relief where we go to is National Company Law Tribunal, NCLT, wherein we have been working the opposite. It's not a blanket relief. It is only when you're working with a registered company. So there we take in you are a creditor, whether a secured or an operational, and and of course there have not to be any prior disputes into it. If there have been a prior disputes, we will have to fight it out over there. And NCLT has its own timeline to adjudicate the matter. That is why it is a little quicker than the civil recovery. And so luckily now the home buyers, where we mentioned that the builder issues. Home buyers are also now among the creditors, secured creditors, and we can approach if you have builder issues to the NCLT. So the other than that, we have arbitration clauses in the contract. If there is an arbitration clause, yes, then the arbitrator has to be appointed, wherein it can be resolved by getting the arbitrator appointed by with the consent of both the parties. And this is again an alternate dispute resolution, wherein the time consumed is lesser, the money consumed is lesser. So we suggest that the contracts should have alternate dispute resolution clause. If you are, so this is another thing which people are not really aware these days about the MSME Facilitation Council. If you're a manufacturer or a service provider, you can get registered in MSME, wherein if you are an MSME, you can go to the Facilitation Council and for your money to be recovered, and an arbitrator is appointed for the same. And if other than the supplier, if I am the supplier and the buyer is not paying me, if the buyer goes in the award passed in my favor, then the party has to submit 75% of the award amount with the MSME Facilitation Council. So please understand, it is a very effective way of getting your money recovered only if you're registered with MSME. I suggest any manufacturer or service provider should get themselves MSME registered for a lot of other benefits also, but for the recovery matter, yes, because the arbitrator has only 90 days of time limit to resolve the matter. So 90 days is peanuts in terms of litigation if we talk, and even if it gets extended, it doesn't get extended beyond some good time. So MSME is a very good platform to get your money recovered. Next, we also can take your matter to in criminal proceedings in case we can prove any kind of criminal intent. Though this doesn't work as a recovery mode, it works as a pressure tactic. But as in, if the person gets scared that the criminal proceeding is on against me, and the only thing is I will be punished. So they get under the pressure and they try to get the matter resolved. But the criminal intent has to be proven in this. The next is, if you have already taken up a case, a check against your payments, then in case the vendor managed to get the post-dated checks, the recovery can be done by the check bounce case. Please present the check before completion of 90 days from the date of issue. It is not 3 months, it is 90 days, please remember. And the notice to the opposite party needs to be served within a time limit. And further, the case needs to be filed again once the notice has been received by the opposite parties. Then the case needs to be filed within the next 30 days. The time period is very important in check bounce case, and we generally do not get very easy relief in the condonation of delay in this. So please, once you have got your check bounced, immediately approach your legal counsel, because the check becomes a useless paper in case you have not filed it in time. So for any kind of recovery, generally the limitation time is within 3 years from the date of billing. The litigation must be initiated in any form. Post 3 years, it gets difficult, not impossible though, but you should yet continue with your communication with them, and you should have it written and documented, preferably via the emails. So the court accepts our emails as a valid evidence. So thank you so much for listening to me. Any queries? I'm open.
Hi, Ati.
Hi.
Yogesh here.
Hi, Yogesh.
So what I heard and saw was, see, there's a case that...
Stop sharing the slide.
How do I do that?
On the top, you would have this
Stop.
green thing, stop sharing, a red thing, I
Okay,
think.
got it.
Great.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So, thing is, uh, it so happened with me that I got a check and I deposited it, and what happened was the check came back saying that there's a stop payment on it.
Correct.
So that guy stopped the payment after giving a check. Now, what do I do in such a case? It will be a bounced case, or
Yes, it is a check bounce case. There are 8 to 9 clauses in the NI Act which say what all leads to a dishonor of the check. So it can be sign difference, it can be stop payment, it can be a complete closure of the account. So what people do is very smartly, what they do is that once they've issued the check, they will go to the police station and say that we've lost the checkbook. So that Mr. Yogesh Vadvani stole my checkbook and he has signed and this and that. And, so this is also is done. It's not very easy what we are talking. I mean, it's easy to give the presentation, but once we get into the court,
Yeah.
it's not easy. But yes, your stop payment is an equal crime and it is taken under the NI Act only. So when was your check bounced?
this was more than 3 years back.
And you didn't do anything about it?
No, then I got the payment, but it took me at some time, a lot of effort behind that.
Yeah, so what happens at times, legal notice itself helps a lot. And we have sorted a lot of issues just by sending the notice. People don't want to get into court कचहरी litigation. वो कहते हैं कि यार पैसे दे दो, अभी ये नहीं बोलेगा ठीक है, शरीफ आदमी है, नहीं बात करेगा, it is all right. But once they have received one notice of the lawyer, they know this is now not going to stop. Now Mr. Yogesh has approached a lawyer. Now this lawyer will not spare me, and the court will not spare me. And see, all said and done, everyone is scared of the police and the courts.
Aarti, what about a will which is notarized? This is accepted?
So, Mr. Narayan, a will is a document technically which will be accepted even if it is not registered. But a registered will has its own benefits. Yes, if it is notarized, yet it can be probated.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, don't worry about a non-registered will. Even if it is not notarized, only 2 witnesses have signed it, we are okay with it, we yet take it to the court for the probate. Yes, there is a difficulty because if there are other interests with the people, they would come up and say this was drafted, this was signed and written in under pressure, and जिनके पास घर पे रह रहे थे, parents उन्होंने करा दिया ये वो. I agree to all that, but yet, so it's always better that they have the signatures and the witnesses and everything. We will discuss in detail once you contact me directly.
Okay. Thanks.
What all is required in a will.
Aarti ji, I just wanted to share my experience.
Sure.
I had a big amount stuck up with a customer of mine, and he was not paying up. I went to MSME Facilitation Council and got 15% interest as well.
Yes. So the MSME Council, I just missed out that they give us 3 times the Reserve Bank rate as interest, and by the law itself, it says that the interest has to be given with the principal amount. So 15 to 24%, you can be lucky anywhere.
Hello, Aarti.
Yes.
You take the class action suit also?
Sorry?
Oh, class action suit. If there are lots of consumer of a particular company, and there is a
yes, we do
services, so is there now this law is in force in India?
So we go in mass to the National Consumer Forum,
right,
wherein suppose there is the builder has about 100 flats, so they will not pick it up only for 5 buyers, because I go regularly, but there has to be a mass deficiency, and people should be approaching the court in mass. Or we can also go because the National Consumer Forum pecuniary jurisdiction starts above 1 crore right now.
Okay.
So 1 crore से ऊपर का अगर आपका deficiency property of the price of the property बैठ रहा है तो आप जा सकते हैं consumer court में. So national में, because then it reduces the steps of district to state to consume national, and the best thing is that the appeal lies with Supreme Court, and National Consumer Forum has the judges who are retired from the Supreme Court. So trust me, Supreme Court judges के seniors अपने seniors के order को वो bypass नहीं करते हैं जल्दी से. So I prefer that we manage somehow, that we approach the National Consumer Dispute Redressal Forum directly, rather going from stage wise. So choosing the appropriate authority is very important, but how do we do that? We have to make some kind of jurisdiction, some kind of some management as per how the law allows us.
So you are having a team of the advocates with you?
Yes, we have.
Okay. See, there is a case of a PSU insurance company, all the four. They would make the default by increasing premium in 2007.
Right.
Crores of the policyholder across the country.
Right.
We are in contact with the Suchita Dalal of the Bandhi Life Foundation.
Okay.
And the advocate Sirish Deshpande in Mumbai to Mumbai Grak Panchayat. And they've we intend to looking for some remedy. Shall I give call today?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much.
Please.
आरती जी, आपका फर्स्ट स्लाइड जरा दिखाई ना पीपीटी का फर्स्ट स्लाइड कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर के लिए.
Contact number you can all note down, please. 9350
ओके
32 0004.
Arti ji, please put it on the chat.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Can I call in 5 minutes, please?
Arti, one question. Do you take up the social causes matter also for NGO?
What kind of matters?
This I told you about this insurance policy held by the crores of policyholders across the country, and they've been looted by the insurance company. There was no.
Yeah, don't worry. We can manage it.
Okay.
I am regular to the courts. So National Commission, so I am going almost
Thank you very
regularly. Don't worry.
Arti ji, I am Sanjay Gupta here. I have a small question. We had supplied before this lockdown some kiosks to a principal in Kolkata. The terms of contract were to give us a POC, now this supposed rate check after 30 days. Now this kiosks have been delivered, and the 30 days have also passed. They have not given the PDC, and when we are asking for the payment, they are making all sorts of nonsense thing. As per the contract, they should give the payment within 30 days of the delivery. Now the thing is, they are not giving the payment, and we are stuck here with huge this is a big order with money, and we are not able to pay our vendors. And also, what is the remedy you suggest in this case?
So what is the company? Is it a limited company?
This is a private limited company.
Private limited company. All right. And you're based in Delhi?
I'm based in Delhi, yeah.
All right. So we can talk about it. I can suggest you multiple remedies.
Okay. I'll call you on this number later.
Sure.
What's the name of the company?
So we are Shri Law Firm.
SHREE.
SHRI.
SHRI, Shri Law Firm.
Law Firm.
Okay. I'll call you sometime later.
Yeah.
Any other?
Yes, Kamalji.
This is Kamal Sachdeva. Actually, I am into corporate. I am providing my services to corporate for the past 15 years. So that is the background. And as of now, there are so many cases, as you have already explained in your slides. That is clear to me. Now, point is that are you providing consultancy and the trainings for POSH?
Yeah.
Incomplete.
I do.
And you get them the complete licensing and everything so that
I don't do myself, but yes, I get that done. Yeah, because it is a part of our thing, so we get that done. Not from my end, but from the back end.
Okay.
Yeah, we get that done. That is all our job.
Okay.
So right from getting it registered, also if anyone, for your information, this act was enabled in 2014. and we suggest all the corporates and the clients to get the compliance done from 2014 itself. Because what if the gap of 6-7 years there is a complaint which comes up, so that creates a problem. So though it is a little we are manipulative in this, I'm sorry, but we have to get it done to safeguard ourselves. As people get done ESI, PF and other compliances, so POSH is also one thing which has to be now taken up since its inception. 2014 से आपका compliance करवाना important है. अब आज से भी करवा सकते हैं, problem नहीं है, but it's always safer to be getting it done from 2014.
So there are agencies who take care for the POSH project, who takes up the POSH project on behalf of corporate, in the corporate, I mean.
Right.
So you're authorized by the government, or you will be pouring in some other agency for this task?
No, I will be. So basically, there are the ICC needs a female for the legal aspect of it, who can be one who's associated with an NGO with legal knowledge, or can be actually a practicing lawyer.
Yeah.
So we being a practicing lawyer, we don't need any kind of other authorization. Our license is enough.
Yeah. That's right. So I'll be in touch with you for that purposes.
Sure, Kamal.
And you are taking care for criminal cases also, your team?
Yes, we do. Yes, we
do. Okay.
So
because most of few of our corporate friends, so they get stuck because of labor and other aspects, sometimes criminal aspects also.
Luckily with us, what happens is, Kamalji, that we being in Gurgaon, the complex of Gurgaon courts is such that the labor court, the civil, the criminal, the registry, everything is under one big complex. So we don't mind, and especially working with corporates, you understand that they don't want to hire someone else for the labor, someone else for the civil courts.
So they want to hire one agency.
Yeah.
For all their requirements.
Yeah, so we do that. We take care of your entire litigation, whatever it is.
Okay, right. Thank you very much.
All right. Any other question? Thank you so much, guys, for listening to me. And you can contact me whenever is convenient to you. Just drop in a message, a WhatsApp message. I will get back to you.
So thank you, Aarti. I think it was just awesome. Means never looked at the legal aspect of business in such a fashion.
Thank you.
Naveen, you want to ask something?
No, it was great, Aarti. I would simply like to say that is there a central sort of profile wherein we can find all this information? Like maybe an e-growth profile, if that is updated and all of that, right?
So Naveen, what happens is, this is because of my experience and my urge to explore, that people will either be doing civil litigation, or will be doing national consumer forum, or will be doing NCLT. So because of me, my urge to learn is so much that I tend to explore my hands on everything. So I have been, I don't know whether I've updated my profile.
So, but just asking, because we know that you are doing a lot of things, but post this call, if I want to refer somebody to you, I don't have those sort of, the proof or something to show to them.
My introduction, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't worry. I will have an email sent to you. You can share your email ID on my number.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Great.
Aarti ji?
Yes.
I want to compliment you that your presentation was very, very nice.
Thank you.
And I don't think anything is left related to advocacy aspect of personal, corporate, or institutional. Anything is left. I don't think anything.
Yes. So we have one-stop solution for all your legal.
So you have got all-in-one package for everyone almost.
Absolutely.
Right?
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. All the best. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Okay,
Aarti, a question. This Indian Succession Act Section 57 applies in the metro city or the all over India? Hello.
Aarti, you got
We can
muted.
discuss it once we are on one-to-one call.
Okay,
Vijayji?
thank you.
Yeah, all right.
So we had a few more people who joined after the presentation started. So let's have them introduce themselves as well. So can we, Vidya, can you please introduce yourself? Vidya Desai.
Yeah. Good morning. Actually, I am Ashok Desai here. I'm working for public sector in Mumbai. So just I participated. Thank you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Welcome, Ashok. Then Yogesh Wadhwani. Yogesh, he doesn't seem to be there. Shravan.
Sorry.
No, no,
I
please.
started speaking and then see I was muted. So I'm Yogesh Wadhwani. I stay in Gurgaon, and I'm into the prevention and reduction of infection, hospital infection, and so I work with hospitals, clinics, labs, blood banks, and old age homes on how to reduce and prevent infections and reduce the deaths subsequently. So in that, I provide services, consulting, and which includes sanitization and other things, plus provide the products also, which are products like disinfectants, like sanitizers, like personal protection equipment, masks, and all that stuff. So that's what I do.
Great. Yeah. So Shravan, can we have an introduction from you, please?
Hello everyone, I'm Advocate Shravan Kumar, Aarti ma'am, and I am associate, and we do civil and criminal all type of litigations. We are practicing lawyer in Delhi and NCR. Thank you.
Great. Kamal, I think you also missed to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. This is Kamal Sachdeva from Continual Improvement Solutions based at Gurgaon. And for the past nearly 15 years, we are a service provider for the profiting solution providers for corporate. Starting from a very small setup to big setup up to the extent of Suzuki also, they are our customers. Tata, Mahindra and Mahindra, they are our customers in different lineup altogether. So having experience of nearly 22 years in corporate, basically top joints. So for the past 15 years, we are now on. So we can have a collaboration, correlation, and anything wherever things are required to have a win-win association. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So now I think our meeting broadly is over. I'd like to take another maybe 2 to 3 minutes to share about eGrowth and invite you to subscribe to eGrowth. And also one point which Naveen in his conversation, which I got present to, is that all of you please create your profile on the portal. If it is already there, please complete it. Okay, because the profile on eGrowth is more from an entrepreneurial mind. So there is a lot of data which gets shared, which is available to others, and they are able to reach out to you and do business with you. All right. So about eGrowth, we are the world's first BAD ecosystem. BAD stands for Business Advisory and Business Development. The intent is to give a linkage between the advisory as well as the development. Most of the times the advisory is isolated and the business development is isolated, and we don't get the synergies. Okay. Our mission is to empower and enable businesses, and that is all what we have been doing. What we do, we've got a portal called egrowth.org. This is where you can create your personal profile. You can post blogs and articles. You can list your requirements. You can list your offers. You can list your events. So that way you can do practically everything to promote your business. And it's a platform where your business can get discovered rather than you chasing the business. All right. And then we do a lot of stuff offline as well as online. So there are events which happen wherein you can meet personally and build your network and reach out to other business owners. So we're a complete ecosystem. As you would have observed in the past couple of days, we've had people from the legal side, from the compliances side, from the industry perspective, from manufacturing, trading, all the different stakeholders of business are there on eGrowth, and we'll be glad to get you connected to them. So eGrowth framework that primarily has three pieces, which is collaboration, excellence, and opportunities. Collaboration is all about bringing business owners together. Excellence has 4 pillars to it, which is business networking, business operations, innovation, and learning. And then opportunities are the larger opportunities, which talk about growing to other geographies, or maybe to adjacent areas of business, or maybe to other areas within the country itself. The eGrowth brand, it has got 3 colors, and the primary values are trust, courage, and growth. Green signifies collaboration, saffron signifies excellence, blue signifies opportunities. Their placement is also pretty peculiar. Green is at the bottom because collaboration is the foundation of any business. All right, and it definitely is the foundation for eGrowth, and all what we do has an element of collaboration in it. Okay, saffron is something which excellence is something which helps you move forward. That is why it is placed in the forward direction. And we're of the belief that opportunities are there everywhere. The only thing is, one, we've got to look at them, we've got to be prepared for them, and we've got to really make use of them. So that's why opportunities, the blue section is on the top, and it signifies being infinite. So we've got 3 arrows, which and we fire simultaneously on these 3 arrows. That's what eGrowth is all about. eGrowth has been growing consistently. It was conceived in 2014, and it has been growing ever since. These are some of the events that we've conducted. This was the Punjab Road Show in 2017. Then next one was the West India again in 2017-18. Then it was the Uttar Pradesh Road Show. And then these were various boot camps that we've organized. Then these are some events that we've conducted specifically for women entrepreneurs. Last year, we introduced another model, which is called as the leverage model. These are the images from there. We have also introduced something called as the inner circle. An inner circle is a structured meeting wherein business owners, they meet up and specifically work on problem solving. We call this as distributed consulting. An inner circle meets 2 times in a month, and since it's a very cohesive team, the results those come out of this are phenomenal. Aarti is a part of the inner circle for Gurgaon. Sanjeev ji is the president who ensures that the inner circle keeps on growing every month, and this is what we've been doing. We invite you to consider being a part of the inner circle. Right, and then with the lockdown, we've discovered another thing, which is the Zoom meetings, and we've consistently been having Zoom meetings. I invite you to get more people who can get benefited from these Zoom meetings. Okay, so tomorrow our speaker is going to be Sanjeev ji, who's going to be talking about the new gadgets and technologies which can help you automate your business. This is the home screen of the eGrowth portal. You can see that we've got more than 18,000 business owners who've registered here. There are more than 300 articles which are already published. You can go and spend your time reading them. You can also post your own articles, and we'll be glad to publish them. There are more than 200 events which are published right now, and there are around 500 odd opportunities which are already listed on the portal. And there's a lot more that you can do once you are there on the portal. Okay, so I was just putting together the various social media handles that we have. So we're present on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and WhatsApp. So you can get connected to eGrowth on all these platforms. I invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So the coverage of this particular meeting will get listed on YouTube. So, and all the previous meetings, in case you've missed the previous meetings, all of them are available on our YouTube channel. Please go and subscribe and have a look at the previous meetings. All right. A very special offer. So if you subscribe to eGrowth now, For the first 15 subscribers, Naveen has been kind enough to have extended this offer. So Naveen, one of his businesses is to host your website. Okay. And if you host it with them, they will be it will be free for 24 months. And to get more information, you can please get in touch with Naveen, and he'll be glad to support you on that. Naveen Gill, n.gill@nueax.ca. All right. This is how you can subscribe to eGrowth. There are two kind of subscription. One is a one-time registration, which is valid for 10 years. Normally, it is priced at 5,000 rupees plus GST. Right now, during the lockdown period, we have extended what we call as the Janta Curfew offer. It is available at 2,203, so 2,203 plus GST plus payment gateway charges. It comes to 2,675 rupees. Imagine in 2,675 rupees, you are getting access to this platform for a period of 10 years. Right now, we already have around 18,000 users who are registered on the portal. And we've got another 7,000 people who are there connected on WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, and all the other platforms. And this keeps on growing every day. All this is available to you at only 2,675 rupees. Do make use of it. Our annual subscription is at 18,000 plus GST. And this is also available to you at a special price of 12,000 rupees plus GST. Make use of it. You can also consider subscribing as an enterprise for your entire company, or you can consider to go in for a longer duration, which is the extended subscription, which is available for 5 years or 10 years, and we can talk about it. Okay. So, okay, done. All right. So this is all what I wanted to share with you, and I'll be glad to take some questions if you have any. Any questions?
No, Atulji, no questions, but I just would want to add on to that part that as 15 subscribers, so we extended this offer so that that offer is 100% transferable. So even if you register today, you receive that offer, you are free to add somebody else's domain as well. Right, so that is where we see that the power, because this corona thing, once it gets over, many people would be more comfortable with the digital age. So if nobody has a website, this is the best chance to go with eGrowth, grow the business there, and you get the whole hosting thing taken care of for at least 24 months right away.
Fantastic. Thank you, Naveen. And if any of you wants to extend such or any other kind of an offer to the eGrowth subscribers, we'll be glad to execute it for you. And we look forward to you joining eGrowth either as a registered user or as a paid subscriber. And if you are considering to be the host for one of the conversations, you please let me know, and then we can book a slot for you. And that's all for the day. See you tomorrow morning.
I will just add to what Atulji is saying is I am a member of Inner Circle, and trust me, it is value for what we are using, we are paying. And it is one platform which is very, very different from the other networking groups, because I'm already a part of others also. Because this platform allows you to speak, allows you to discuss, allows you so many things which the other platforms do not do that. This is where I feel I belong to this platform, rather rather that I'm working for this platform. So it is a wonderful initiative by Atul, and I fully give him all the credit to do all the hard work for us, because we are the ones who are getting benefited. And please continue with it, and please join as many as you can. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aarti, for the kind words. And yeah, even Yogesh is also a part of the Inner Circle Gurgaon. And as of now, we have the physically Inner Circle has been present in Gurgaon. We are thinking of expanding it virtually to Pan India, and you should be hearing pretty soon about it. All right. So that's it for the days. Keep rocking. Enjoy the lockdown period. Grow during the lockdown period, and let's meet tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks.
Bye bye.